Welcome back to the Supreme Commander 1 vs 1 September Champions Tournament. I think I got everything there. And we have another round 3 game. Lusen 17, continuing with his Cybern gameplay. He's in the bottom section of Dry Canyon and Guardian, a Seraphim in the top spawning position. He sends my hand shaking. That is it's very true. Lusen has already beaten Voodoo in this tournament. So, Lusen, the king of Forged Alliance, is looking for another tournament win, and so far he has beaten 2 players with Cybern in both games. So he might be trying to win the tournament as a Cybern player. So, let's see. So Lusen has a scout. He's making some mantis, and he's gonna be walling this off. Yeah, he wants to wall off the sides and make the fight only through the middle. It's probably a good idea. That's the thing about Lusen. He always takes such simple ideas, and then when you think about them, they're so incredibly simple. How can you just build a wall and you make the battlefield more narrow? So, good idea there. Looks like he is gonna be making an air factory eventually. Looks like I'm getting some messages on FAF, which I will look at later. This is a very good tournament so far. A lot less people showed up than expected, but we still have 30 plus, so it's a good number. And of course, I was one of those eliminated in round 1, but that's fine. Lusen gets the Hydro in the middle, and here comes a bomber from Guardian. He only gets 1 kill, and then the bomber gets destroyed. So, there's a nice scout, though. Now he knows what's going on in Lusen's base. He has another bomber here. He might drop a bomb on this force here. No, Lusen is a little bit too good for that. He's going to kill this engineer. So you can see how well Lusen responded to that bomber. He didn't panic, he just stayed cool, changed the direction, fooled it, and then used an interceptor to deal with it. That interceptor now with 12 health. And now he walls off the middle, so Lusen, well, he didn't quite finish the wall here, but definitely showing where he wants the fight to take place. However, he has allowed a tank and a scout through. That's not a huge deal, though, and I'm betting he'll eventually block this as well. So you're not getting through the middle, you're not going to get through this side, and it's going to be very difficult to get through that side. So Lusen just wants to fight through the center ring. And sneaky mantis here from Lusen. Might take out a mass extractor. I think it will. Nothing is close enough to respond to it. Looks like Guardian advancing towards a group of mantis which are retreating. Lusen going Tech 2 now. Is Guardian at Tech 2 is the question. And yeah, Lusen does take out 1 mass extractor before losing the mantis. And he did distract the Guardian enough to send 7 tanks back, so those are 7 tanks that could be at the front line that had to go back. And you can see all the little things that Lusen is doing. He hasn't been under any pressure this whole game. He's been attacking non-stop, so That's the sign of a really good player. Another sign of a good player is that when he's attacking in one direction, he sends a force to raid in the other direction, knowing that all the forces will be over here. But Guardian also knows what he's doing, so he anticipates that. He sends his ACU, but it's a little bit late. These Mantis, well, that's because there's a hoplite here too. This raiding group will can cause some serious damage. Now Lusen with a point defense. Looks like he's not going to bother to finish the walls. And his hoplites are there. And Lusen continues to raid aggressively, but he could be, now he's not in any trouble. He has his Tech 2 in the area. So it always seems that no matter in which game he is, Lusen is never really in any danger. So he's trying to harass with some bombers, but they didn't actually really hit anything. I think he might have killed one unit. That's it. So now he's fighting on two different fronts, still spamming Tech 2. We really should see some Tech 2 from Guardian as well. So this battle is pretty much in a quiet state right now. Not much is going on. Looks like a push from Lusen. I expect him to pull back pretty soon if he sees how many units there are, plus the ACU. So yeah, he is gonna be moving back. He does have a stealth field here, so good play there. But of course, stealth doesn't work when your opponent can simply see your units. And Lusen gains some ground here with his Tech 2. Looks like Guardian has similar thoughts to Lusen. He's going to be walling off some sections of the map. But Lusen has already done that for him in the middle. And he's going to be pushing down here, and he's going to try to avoid the point defense that's been placed, but he's just going to find a wall. However, it hasn't been completed, and he's going to be able to sneak around it. Lusen moving his units back in response. And here he comes through the middle. So both players seem a little bit reluctant to engage. Doesn't look like either of them has any upgrades. Actually, yeah, Lusen has the gun. Not sure what I was thinking there. But a big force from Guardian has just sneaked through. If these things can push all the way through and kill the power, that'd be very nice. But plenty of hoplites here to defend. More than enough, so just going to be a lot of nice wrecks here for Lusen to pick up. He's making some Wagners, or Wangers as TA would call them. Factory almost lived at 8 health, but then it died. Tech 2 point defense should be forcing Lusen back. At this point, Guardian needs to come up with a plan, because as you can see, Lusen has managed to take control of the entire map and push him back here, so now Guardian is really completely restricted, and unless he can come up with a good plan. Well, he does have some Elshevas now, but he's already far behind in the Tech 2 count. He's going to get a veterancy level soon, though. You can't really kill this thing with air, because there's some Tech 2 flak there as well. So Lusen is going to go back, get an upgrade. Looks like it's stealth. And I'm not really sure what Guardian can do at this point. He could go for... If I were him, I'd be going for a Tech 2 point defense creep right now, just along the side. And then try not to fall behind in unit count. But in any case, he's in a really bad position because Lusen is just going to have a field day capturing all these mass extractors all over the place. He's going to have a massive economy. So really professionally played by Lusen. But Guardian is going to make a counter push down the bottom now that Lusen's ACU is not there to help. And Lusen going Tech 3 now. He's going to use his map control advantage to get Tech 3 while he can. Guardian has been behind in Tech this whole time. It doesn't look like Lusen is even going to allow this force to do anything. It looks like Lusen is always paying attention everywhere, always microing. So Guardian must be scratching his head wondering when is he going to make a mistake that I can take advantage of? Because Guardian is definitely good enough to take advantage of a mistake that his opponent makes, but Lusen so far has made almost none. And now he is putting some loyalists on transports, and he's going to be dropping this somewhere. This could be an absolutely devastating move for Guardian. Lusen moving up with his loyalists. It's all a question of where is this going to drop. He's going to just drop it back here. Dropping it back here would also be good with this Tech 2 mass extractor. And now this loyalist can just rampage. There is a Tech 1 point defense, but I don't expect it to stand against a loyalist. Though it is doing quite well. He is going to try to push this all the way back to the Tech 2 mass extractor. All of the units are being pulled back in response, and Lusen could move up if he chose to, but he's just going to be reclaiming. So Lusen with about 3,500 reclaimed, Guardian with about 4,300, so more reclaim for Guardian, but more map control for Lusen, so that's more valuable than reclaim in my opinion. Now, I really don't see Guardian coming back from this. He is getting some upgrade. I'm not sure what it is. But it's going to be extremely difficult for him to do anything now with Tech 3 loyalists on the field. Looks like Lusen, he's not going to be taking any risks. He doesn't need to. He says your ACU is already powerful enough. I wonder what he could be getting right now. Oh, he's having a gigantic power stall. He's getting some ridiculous upgrade. And that's pretty much signifying that that he's given up, because if he's really going to be stalling himself that bad, then he can't really build anything, so he's effectively saying GG in his own way. Looks like Lusen continuing to build up defense, even though there's absolutely nothing to threaten him at this point. Now Lusen looks like he's going to be shooting some missiles, and he has Tech 3 RD as well. So this must be very scary for Guardian to have to deal with Tech 3 RD now as well. Lusen going to clean this up with ease. Some nice that was a brutal overcharge. Took out 5 units. And he's just going to continue making Tech 3 RD. So this is the slow and methodical way to deal with someone who's has no defense. So this is some sort of left arm upgrade. So what is on the left arm besides Tech 2? Wait. Yeah, left arm. So this is the powerful gun. I see what he's trying to do. But no one ever gets that unless they're at the Tech 3 stage and they have Tech 3 power. So I might speed this up. There's not much to do except watch this base get eaten up by artillery. And he finally calls GG. He's gonna lose his entire base. But he's just gonna, he has a plus 85 health per second, so he's gonna try to do as much damage as he can. But here at minute 25, Lusen wins against Guardian and he moves into the semifinals. So well played.